Well, it's that time of year. You know the one I'm talking about, where you meet together with friends and family, drink hot chocolate, and watch the same storyline of a city girl falling in love with a small town boy in 50 different ways. Hey, if it ain't broke, why try anything new? The name's Onyx, and welcome back to another episode of I Watch Too Many Christmas Movies, which this video is coming out after Christmas because I keep underestimating how much I sit and stare at my script, hoping words appear on the page instead of just writing them. Merry Christmas. And while my family usually has a big tradition of watching Hallmark movies together, but as of this year, I'm living in a different town and am very much alone. So I thought rather than watching a normal Christmas movie like any normal person, I would watch the absolute worst one I could possibly find. Okay, I know all Hallmark movies are like really mid, but you know the ones that are just lower than that mid? Yeah, those are the ones I'm looking for. At this point, there are just so many Hallmark movies, I didn't even know where to start. And as you do, I Googled 1-star Christmas movies. And to absolutely no one's surprise, when I look up 1-star Christmas movie, there is a Hallmark movie titled One Starry Christmas. Because I swear anything and everything vaguely Christmas themed is a Hallmark movie now.
This is about being with the people you love.
We'll bring them together.
You crazy cowboy.
It's important to spend Christmas with the ones you love.
Dang, that's the most cowboy I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, we aren't here to watch Mr. Cowboy. Maybe another time. Instead, I found an even crazier movie. While sitting in my room, I came across a movie titled Same Time Next Christmas. It didn't stand out too much. It looks pretty much like every other Hallmark movie ever. But the difference is that this movie has a Rotten Tomato score of 39% and has the comment section on the video trailer completely turned off. So when I saw that, I knew it was going to be a wonderful movie. And, you know, as my Christmas treat, I thought I'd bring you guys along with me. Sound like I'm talking as if I'm a 2014 YouTube channel. Same Time Next Christmas is a wonderful movie starring Olivia and Jeff. Their families have been going to the same Hawaiian resort every Christmas for years, and they started to have real feelings for each other. The movie started really well. As the two kids grew up together, everyone could tell they had feelings for each other. They clearly are just so cute together, like soulmates. Honestly, though, I just think all of these Hallmark movies are so unrealistic. It makes it seem like it's just so easy to make friends and find your soulmate or whatever. Did I mention Jeff and Olivia are soulmates? The two kids start off the movie playing Truth or Dare and dared each other to jump off a cliff.
Whoa.
And they finish it off with a very, very salty kiss. Okay, just watching this video, I can taste the salt water they're swallowing. This movie starts off so cute. The two characters clearly like each other, and they meet up every single Christmas. There has to be some kind of drama in this movie. It can't be that easy. There would be no movie.
Mrs. Williams has passed away. It was sudden, only a few weeks ago.
That's really awkward. Jet's mom unfortunately passed away, and Olivia tried so hard to call Jet and just make sure he was okay and check up on him. She called him, she texted him, and he just never responded. For 15 years. 15 years? That's not responding. That's deliberately ghosting. Well, 15 years later, the family is back at the Hawaiian resort. Again, of course, for Christmas. And well, Jet and Olivia meet each other again. And this is how it happened.
Feel the energy flow through you as you push forward into the water. Take a deep breath in.
Okay, I want to be real for a second. Have you seen anybody do that? Jet doesn't even walk out of the sea. He literally pops out like Aphrodite emerging from the freaking sea foam. Olivia's so caught off guard by this, she literally falls over. Olivia and Jeff finally meet back up and immediately fall for each other in like 20 seconds. Aw, look how cute they are. Do you want to hear something really cool and cute about this scene? Despite the fact that Jeff left her for what? 15 years? At this point, as they're dancing super cute and getting cuddly and close, Jeff, my dear friend, is currently married. Okay, technically, he's working on getting a divorce. But at this current time, he is still legally married. Like, actively, currently, and in this very moment, married. He's married and happily dancing around with the girl he ghosted 15 years ago. That's literally insane! How is this the love interest? And don't say it's not. I know how all these movies end. They are literally the exact same.
I'm just saying, I think the two of you have always had a real connection. Like soulmates. Please? Stop.
Well, Jeff and Olivia go on a little date, despite the fact that he's still married. And they actually have a really good time. They hike over to a really pretty lake and waterfall. Wait, I think I've seen that waterfall before. That was in the series Lost. You know the one with the crazy plane crash and everyone encountered like ghosts and crazy government organizations on the island? Okay, putting on my theory cap for a second. I believe this movie is actually set in that Lost universe. Before they could fly to Hawaii for this year's trip, they got rerouted and ended up on the Lost series flight. Then the plane crashed, they were stuck on the island, and only they survived, Olivia and Jeff. They started hallucinating in a dreamlike state the rest of the characters and the events of this movie. None of this is real. That's why they fall back in love, because everyone else is dead. It makes so much more sense than whatever else happens in this movie. Okay, and if you're too young to know what Lost is, it's like Minecraft ARGs before Minecraft ARGs. He's still married, and you're kissing, and don't kiss there are still dead bodies in the water. Well, apparently they have a really, really good date, because they get back from the date like this. Then, like clockwork, whenever they have a cute moment, as they just did, Jeff decides to up and leave again. I love this guy. Jeff and Olivia do live halfway across the country. It's not like they could have done anything to do long distance. They lived in the 21st century and they could have called, messaged, or FaceTimed anytime after he was officially divorced. Cool. Jeff is really ghosting her on purpose, isn't he? Next year! It's the next freaking year! Well, within a year, Olivia decides to move on, because who needs Jeff? And now is dating someone else. Welcome Greg, a walking business card come to life. He is an extremely uptight business guy who only ever talks about business and hates anything fun under the sun. Now she's dating someone else. And oh, guess what? Is Jeff mad about it? You could have called her any time within the last 16 years. Heck, within the last year, she probably would have said yes. These families have gone to Hawaii every year for Christmas for what, like 20 years? How much do these families make to come here every year? Jeff's family owns a lighting business. What kind of lighting do they use? Gold lighting? For what, the royal families? Olivia then meets Jeff's daughter, and look at her face when this scene happens.
Mommy and Daddy got forced, so she didn't come. Only Daddy did.
I think what she's trying to tell you is that Carolyn and I got divorced.
Then, after just barely finding out Jeff was divorced, Olivia then tries to dress up nicely on the beach for Jeff. The guy who left her twice. Right after finding out he's divorced. While she's dating another guy. What the heck? None of these people are good people!
Voila.
I really like her, Daddy.
Me too, Peanut. Me too.
They like her too. Need I remind you, you left her. Twice. You could have called her any time. These people would have so much less drama if they just stayed lonely and sad like the rest of us. Then they have a sparkle fight. Oh my gosh, the business card is here.
Greg?
Hi.
Hi!
Okay, now that that's all settled, let me reintroduce you to walking business card Greg. He doesn't like sand, has no sense of humor, and only talks about business. Whenever this guy has a conversation with any other character, he brings up work. And I bet he color codes his socks and his favorite color is sad beige mom. He feels like someone who would. Wow, Olivia, what a catch! I can see why you like him so much. At least he's better than the guy who left you unread for 16 years. I don't like Jeff. Okay, Greg is at least decently nice. Okay, he is really, really uptight. He seems like a decent person. He brought the family some really thoughtful Christmas gifts. He even tried to work with Olivia so she could have her dream architecture job, even if it didn't make them any money. Look, when he heard there was a triathlon, he showed up ready and grooving. He looks a little ridiculous, but he at least showed up. Look, he made the gingerbread house, and he even did the salt meme thing. He was even winning the tricycle race around the resort. But when he saw Jeff's little girl right behind him, he purposely gave up the race so she could win. I don't know where to put this scene in the script, but it made me laugh.
Come on, Mad Dog. Pain is temporary. Greatness is forever.
Where do you even come up with these?
Well, here and there. Pinterest mostly.
Okay, I just don't get it. If you didn't want me to like this guy, why did you give him good qualities? If you wanted me to like him, then why did you make him so uptight? And if you didn't want me to like him, again, why did you make Jeff such a jerk who only likes Olivia when she's happy with someone else? I don't understand. Oh my goodness, I think I realized it. Jeff and Olivia don't actually like each other. Their parents just keep wanting them to get together. They clearly only like each other when their families are together. Why else wouldn't they interact any other time of the year? Because they only like each other when their parents are egging them on.
Starting.
Ow.
She's happy, we're happy.
She could be happier.
Don't fumble it this time around with Olivia.
How many of those eggnogs have you
Well,
had?
don't you worry about that. You got a second chance here. I'll see what's going on between the two of you.
Oh, come on, what second chance? She's in love with someone else who, for better or worse, seems like a decent enough guy.
Forget about him. He's a rookie. You're a pro.
Okay, Greg is a little uptight, but he's trying. He's really trying. And oh my gosh, he just proposed.
I love you enough to get sand on my toes.
Aw, look, he even got his toes in the sand, which he mentioned he hates. I don't love Olivia and Greg, but they're definitely better than Jeff and Olivia, and so I actually really like this pairing. And
Raise a glass, and let's give it up to Olivia and Jeff.
Greg. His name is Greg.
No, it's not. What? It's close enough. It's
now this is really awkward. After seeing a couple photos of them as kids, Olivia decides she doesn't know what she wants anymore.
Boys, you walked away from me.
Oh, that's not fair.
No, it's not fair. We're not kids anymore. I moved on.
You walked away from her. If you loved her, why did you leave? You could have at least left a voicemail.
You would think that our families would be friends outside of this. Do you think that you and I would stand a chance? Vacation isn't real life.
What if who we are on vacation is the only thing that's real?
What if who we are on vacation is the only thing that's real? Wow, guys. That was the truest and deepest line I have ever heard in my life. Pack it up. No one can write a line as grand as that. Shakespeare, Vale, George Lucas could never. We've reached the peak of humanity.
And always have been the love of my life. And I realize that this may not be the best or most appropriate time to tell you this, but it's the truth.
Well, Jeff's dad comes over and says, there's still a chance.
Whatever happens, a Hail Mary's always worth it.
Bruh, his chance left 16 years ago when he left. Well, we jump to the next year because the writers want to remind us that these characters have had over 18 years to tell themselves how they really feel, but still choose not to unless it's the worst time imaginable. The day before Olivia is to get married, Jeff makes a snowman named after the one they made as kids to remind her of what they had. That is so manipulative and rude. She is about to be married. Why are you doing this? Then an Olivia and Greg's amazing rehearsal dinner that everyone spent time and money to come to. as they talk about how much they really do love each other, because they're planning on staying together for the rest of their lives. If Olivia really does love this man, she should be totally fine with all of this going on, with the reception and the wedding going to happen. And then her dad stands up to give a speech and says,
You know, there are many different kinds of love. Romantic, practical, fleeting. And then there's that great, big kind of enduring love. Two people who are meant to be with each other. Soulmates. Now that you found your soulmate, hang on tight. And never, ever let him go.
Olivia, in a fit of confusion and unsureness, runs back to the cliff where she and Jeff jumped off when they were kids, and finally decides that she actually loves the guy who left her twice. Look, Craig is trying to be a good person.
That was fun, huh? Got rid of all my business cards.
He even gave up his business cards. His business cards! Well, despite the fact that she had 2 years to break up with Greg, she decides that now, the day before the wedding, after being told by pretty much everybody that, "Aw, you and Jeff just are perfect soulmates," Olivia finally decides to cancel the engagement, the wedding, and everything, because her and Jeff are just good together. Rest in peace, my happiness. Look, to prove my point that the parents are the only thing causing them to end up together, when Olivia tells them what happened, her parents seem totally fine with the wedding being called off. The dad is even happy about it.
I knew I shouldn't have given that speech. I mean, it's just as well. Like, I can never even sit still. I'm anxious.
Dad.
Well, after realizing Olivia has just loved Jeff this whole time, she decides to make it snow in Hawaii to show that they are really meant for each other. Or something. I'm just a sad, single, lonely person who doesn't understand love, apparently. Oh, look, how romantic. They finally admit that they really like each other. After Jeff left her 2 times, and Olivia left the guy she was going to marry because she can't figure out her own feelings, all while hugging under the most digital fake snow I have ever seen in my life. It's so fake, it doesn't even follow the laws of physics. I still think either the parents planned all of this madness so they could keep going to the same resort every year, either that or Olivia and Jeff are really stuck on the Lost Island and hallucinating the rest of the movie. Greg never even existed. Those 2 options somehow make more sense than anything else that happens in this movie. 1 year later, and like soulmates, they have a little wedding on the same cliff. They jumped off in the beginning and the movie ends. And the writers ended it so abruptly, so then you don't have to sit and think about how messed up all of this is. Okay, look, I know it's cheesy, I know it's dorky, but between Jeff Can't Call Me Back Williams and Greg Business Card Harris, I don't really like either of them. Look, the parents are no help either. They're like the most hardcore shippers of their own kids. Honestly, it was a movie that I think I left more frustrated than when I went in to see it. I consider this one of the worst Hallmark movies ever. Not because it's cheap or bad sets or lighting or whatever. It's because I was just so mad during all of it. Because while most Hallmark movies are boring, this one just makes me mad. I guess it would be fun to laugh at with friends if you want a good time. But other than that, there are plenty of other Hallmark movies to watch if you really desperately want a Hallmark movie. Why I wrote a video on such a dumb Hallmark movie, I honestly don't know. Because I had to watch it like 3 times, and then 4 times because I have to edit this. It was just so annoying. Well, late Merry Christmas, I really appreciate it. Just don't ever cast me in a Hallmark movie.